I am Tony, and I will be playing the muscle-bound, mesh-clad, weird himbo boy Nash.
Nice. Brett, please.
Hi, I'm Brett. I'll be playing Boston Jones, the rough and rough son of a gun who's just trying to survive best he can.
And Blood King.
I am Bloodless King, and I'm going to be playing Fenrana, which is a Halish. I cannot pronounce this. Brain person bard.
Halishtar.
Halishtar.
And 8 different ways every other night.
To be fair, human with brain things. Let's go.
And Darkness.
That makes one of us with brain things.
I'm gonna be Ramita Thornstep, and Ramita is a old lady barbarian that's just there to try to kick some butt.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure between the 6 of us, there's at least one brain cell kind of jumping around. We'll see who catches it tonight.
We will all take turns with the brain cell, or it will attach itself to the wall. One of these two things will happen.
Exactly, of course. So let's do a recap into last week. We had a group of characters meet in front of basically a pharmacy. Kind of broke out into a brawl. Basically a fight over who is going to turn in the wanted Warforge for money, which led to a runoff to Vorak, of which one of our characters also met into another brawl of his own with a former, I don't know, you would call it frenemy. Yeah, that's
No.
of which they decided they were not going to turn in said wanted criminal, but also discovered wanted criminal was not so wanted and not so criminal, and was actually quite wealthy. Yeah. I don't know, does somebody else want to fill in the gaps?
There was existential dread, panicking, sleeping next to Warforged. Not sleeping next to Warforged, sleeping next to gargoyles.
A Warforged sleeping next to gargoyles, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then taking a walk because some of us can't handle the situation we're in.
Yeah. We had a player character, freshly come out of prison, greeted by his buddy. I'm sorry, the name's Tony. Yes, Brett. And then we had 2 other players last week who are not with us now. They went on an adventure, got out of the house basically, and all have ended up in Vorak under the keep of Tobias in the house of Lathander. And there's where they rested for the night. Everyone went to bed, said their goodnights to whomever. And that's... Void is also in that whomever they said goodnight to, so that definitely counts.
Wasn't somebody cuddling with a tail?
I think so.
Business, okay? What I do with my own tail. Me and Mr. Snuggles. That's the name of the tail.
It's my room. What are you doing with a tail in my room?
Our room, for the record.
Oh.
He said you needed to get some tail. Like, he didn't say what kind. We will have the end.
Prison.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna open up the scene early morning. It is nearly twilight, actually. The sun has yet to come up. And we hear an explosion. Baldric, you're the first to be alerted to this, even though everyone else will be also alerted to this. I need you... Well, your character, we'll say, upon waking up and you're hearing this noise, hears this creaking of the walls, the chamber walls. And they hear the walls splitting. And your character looks up, Baldric, Rick, looks up, and you see he sees a piece of the wall in the ceiling start to lean over and start to head towards him. I need you to roll a dex saving throw.
I'm going to get rid of that die. And that's a natural 1.
Oh
Good
no!
start.
Put it in jail.
Man, I love the
Instantly.
smell of a TPK
Jail.
in the morning.
Level
Y'all,
3.
I was joking about you all dying before I met you. Please don't.
Oh no! Oh gosh.
That was an unnecessary nail in our coffin.
Oh my. Oh!
So this giant piece of wall / ceiling comes lumbering down, and it's getting close and getting closer, and your character is just, my goodness, that piece is getting really big. Should it be moving in such a manner? Thankfully, it does not hit him directly on impact. However, he is trapped under the rubble that subsides afterwards. The statue beside him, however, did not make it. Upon this explosion, Tony, or Nash, Boston, you wake up. What is your reaction?
The toilet wine went wild again. Somebody... Who fucked up?
Nash, get up. He's gonna smack him on his face, and Boston's gonna pull out his firearm and see what's going on. Stealthy like.
All right. Nash will pull on his too small mesh shirt and grab his baseball bat and follow.
Okay.
As we sneaky
And
sneak.
you walk out of the hall into the hallway, and you see people waking up, coming out of their own rooms. People worried, getting a little anxious. Some people are telling others to flee, to get out, and the panic is starting to set in. People are not knowing what's going on. They are starting to leave and evacuate. Some faster than others. Many are trying to maintain calm. Others do not do so well. What do you guys do?
Where are the others? Do we know where the hat guy is? Where's the hat guy?
Nah, we gotta find him though. We gotta find him. We don't want to act with civilians, but we also don't want to cause a panic by shooting off a gun.
Yeah,
Balls. All right.
You think the assholes we fended off yesterday would attack the holy place?
I mean, if they're willing to drop that much cash, 100%.
Well,
All right.
damn.
Let's go through it. Hey, watch your mouth. We're in a house with a god.
Shit, you're right.
Come on, let's try to
Looking
find
both
them.
ways down the hallways, you notice
do,
that
but-
there's actually an opening on the right. It leads to the main open room.
I'm going in. You ready, Boston?
Let's go.
Nash is gonna charge in.
Okay.
Just freight train of half closed, half orc.
Upon the tree arriving at the intersection, this giant foyer where you initially came in, this giant grand room where it spins off to other different areas, and also happens to be the main worship area. You notice a large pile of rock over off to the far back left corner. It's on the opposite side of where you're from, and there's a big gap missing from the side of the wall that goes up towards the spiral ceiling. Of course, the spiral ceiling itself is super high, but of the walls that are closest, you can see this. There's quite a bit, and the crack comes all the way down into a hallway that's on the far end of the room, and you see legs and a top hat beneath the wreckage.
Nash is going for to move rubble. That's a strong. That those top hats.
I'm gonna. While he's moving rubble, I'm gonna be looking around and make sure that no one's gonna be jumping up and trying to snag him, or if there's any more rubble coming from above, it doesn't, squash him like a bug.
There is no one else coming out. There is many people leaving, evacuating. Others who are calm are assisting others to get everyone out as quickly as possible. You do hear another familiar yell. It's Marcel. So help! I need help! What do you do?
You got this. You got this, Nash.
Do I got this? I feel like I got this.
What? Roll a strength check.
Athletic?
Yeah.
That's 18.
Oh yeah, totally. You're fine. It's just gonna take a little time because there's a lot, but you can do it.
Nash is lifting a boulder the size of your torso with one arm, like
absolutely.
Just tossing them. Got this, boss.
Yeah. If you see anything, holla, all right? And he's gonna go over to where Marcel is.
Taking entire pews and lifting them and moving them aside.
Yeah.
You head down past the rubble to the back of the corner where the crack goes down underneath. Marcel, he's like, get over here. He's sort of demanding, but it's not unlike him, just a little more hurried and a little more panicked than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And he leads you down the hallway. And there, lying on the ground, is Tobias. There is a giant cut in his forehead. He's bleeding. There is a pile of blood underneath him. He's unconscious, and it doesn't seem to be anything else except maybe a few burn marks.
Burn marks?
It's like, help me.
What?
Help me. I can't pick him up.
What, you don't got any, you want Blessed to be able to do this? And Boston is gonna give him, because Boston is an emotional piece of garbage, all of his healing hands.
Oh, so he... Okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, we should probably all take the effects of a long rest, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If you did not, from last session... Although Rev might not have it right now, but
I've fallen and I can't get up.
So yes, you heal him and he becomes more conscious.
10 points of healing.
I'm sorry?
10 points of healing.
10 points. Okay, noted. Absolutely. He's not back up to full, but he is able to awaken. The blood does stop pouring from his head, and it is sort of a sealed gash, looking like it's going to be a nice deep cut if it were to continue to heal as it is. He wakes up and breathes a little. What happened? Marcel
Don't know.
responds. You were attacked. We were attacked. We need to get out of here. The building is not safe. And Tobias says, yes, understood.
Hold on. How is Marcel taking all this? Because does Marcel not have any magical abilities that I'm aware of? Is he just pompous?
Yes, apparently.
Oh,
Or his or his abilities do not handle like the healing part, and it's something else that you're not aware of.
You're just pompous.
is he good at card tricks at least?
My magics lie elsewhere and are none of your business.
Spends
He
a little too
helps.
much time at the Aphrodite temple.
He helps Tobias up, and Tobias leans on him. Apparently, there was also another injury on his hip. Is not bad, but he still has a limp. And they both begin to leave towards the exit. Tobias looks at you and says, the others, get them out.
Yes, father.
Do you know what others he's speaking of?
Is there rubble that were behind him, or did Tobias just get mugged in this
Oh,
hallway?
so you want to? Okay, so looking down, there is a room. There's a door that is wide open, and in the back of that room, you can kind of see there is a good. Well, actually, the door is not open. The door is completely gone. There is a good hatch that is open, and that is where the explosion stems from. You can see the crack kind of goes up the ceiling, all the way out to the hallway where you came from. And it seems like the ground kind of opened up underneath as well. Like there's a giant. That's where the explosion came from. And
So this clearly wasn't an earthquake. From like looking at this was not an earthquake or some sort of natural disaster.
no, it was not. Do you go in to investigate, or because this is what your passive perception could pick up?
He's gonna whistle. Hey Nash, you got him out yet?
One second. I got a vest. Let me just yank.
Hello,
I feel like
Master
Warforged
Nash.
should come with life alert for this kind of scenario. You how you feeling, Hatter?
Master Nash. Thank you. I could use a little more assistance. Towards my leg, there's rubble there.
You're gonna have to give me a second, Boston. Otherwise, we got a legless Hatter.
By the way, that crumble cost you 16 points of damage.
Ooh.
You still with me, Hatter? You all right over there?
I've certainly felt better, if I'm being plain. I don't feel so great.
He's getting better.
Look, I ain't letting the Bella Doom come for you yet. So, Boston, I'll get you. Come on. And Nash is gonna in I feel like one fell swoop both yank Baldric out and also throw him over a shoulder. right? Like a bag of a seed on the farm, right? Just
Not that it's a lot, but I do weigh like 370 pounds.
I mean, so do
What
I.
is your lift? What is your lift weight, Nash?
I actually don't remember how that's calculated.
How I
for
just
half
do it
of-
by
D&D Beyond, it has it as a thing whenever you click your encumbered.
When I click my encumbrance. Okay. I will have to,
Assume that you can pick him up and carry him without too much problem, but maybe you're half speed.
Okay,
15 times your strength.
So, carrying capacity is 240, but push, drag, or lift is 480.
Wow, yes, you're definitely encumbered. So it's gonna be a minute.
Yeah.
Which way you heading?
To the right.
So you're gonna go down the hall where Boston went.
Yeah. Boston was shouting that he needed some help. So, the goal
Okay.
is to help Boston, but I ain't leaving Rick behind.
Okay, you're going at half speed.
That's totally fine. I think I think this is a time that like Nash is gonna get a little bit nervous and the adrenaline's gonna spike and he's gonna rage.
Okay. Sounds good.
Which I think makes me carry more, but I don't actually know. But
I know you can hit more. I think you should be able to carry more, but
he also is going to do some other stuff. I think he's going to get a tail, which he's going to use to stabilize himself. So he's actually gonna grow himself a spiny tail.
Rick, you are hanging over this half-orc's shoulder when this tail begins to emerge from your carrier.
Master Nash, you seem to have a protrusion.
Yeah, I'm pot kangaroo. We're good. Keep going.
Is that a protrusion, or are you happy to see
Gone
me?
so strangely for me.
I would best not to talk about it right now. And it's later compliment. We just look. I'm saving your life here.
get him over here.
Hey, Boston.
Yeah.
I'm coming, and you see him lope with like this weird gait because in between he uses the tail to like extra boost, right? Get that extra movement out of it. As he like kangaroo hops over.
All right. Let me see the damage, and I'm going to slap on our first level cure wounds onto Rick.
Hey. As crazy as it is, Rick, you feel an electrical charge that comes from somewhere else, but not your battery source. And it is giving you a little bit more energy, as some might contribute that to be, say, adrenaline, maybe? And you're able to make a few extra mending parts to yourself internally, or however you can reach on your source. What did you roll?
5 points.
5. You regain 5 hit points.
That is quite the unique feeling. I feel.
I'll send you the bill later. I'm going this way.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, Boston.
Yeah. Oh,
real
nice
quick,
tail.
Pinch me.
What?
Just look. Just I ain't got time to ask questions. Just pinch me.
All right, he's gonna pinch you on your third rib on the right side. Just pull the skin hard.
I'm gonna wave my way into that if that's okay to sacrifice a point to keep that rage going.
Sure. We'll do that.
Cool.
So, Rick, you're now on your own feet. You're able to walk around. Still, in disrepair, but you're able to manage. Boston, are you still heading towards the room?
DM, what did Tobias mean get everyone out? Was he talking about the civilians that live here, or is he talking about whatever was behind him?
He's specifically thinking about Edward and Nova.
We gotta snag the guys that we came in here with last night. We should head back just to make sure, and then we should check out this out. Hey, Rick, you got anything to like make a caption of this? We need to see what caused all this nonsense, because this wasn't natural.
I can look around as much as I can do, and I'm going to look for any like signs of like explosive devices or anything like that.
Okay. You will see. Are you going to do an investigation, or is this passive?
I did roll for an investigation,
Okay.
and I'm going to put this dice away.
Another
My second
one?
natural one.
Oh no. You see
I'm gonna
what
switch to
Boston
these.
saw as he walked in. You see a crack in the ceiling. It's wide, and you see burn marks on the floor, scorched floor, and we're basically going off of your passive right now. You see a cavern. What used to be an office. Furniture is either completely disrepair, tarnished, trashed, burnt. In fact, you see a couple of sparks coming out from where there would be electrical wires of the walls. It's definitely not earthquake related for sure. And that's all you can figure out.
I don't see a source, but this doesn't seem to have just happened.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't just happen. There's okay. Let's go find Edward and Nova.
Indeed.
At this time, there are fewer and fewer people walking around, and people are leaving. And you happen to run into another human, someone who is not of the cloth, someone who seems to be a visitor just as yourselves.
Sorry to bump into you. We're trying to get past. What does
Sandra,
this
would
person
you
look like?
would you like to describe yourself for your what your character is wearing at this time?
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
So at this time, Fen is kind of wearing more traveler's clothes for this kind of but they don't seem of this area. They're a lot more like finer materials, but not like pristine. Lots of grays and light colors and things like that. Their hair is tied up with braids coming back into a bun, and they got goggles on. Black hair with like shocking blue eyes, and piercings lining both of their ears. No problem. Is there anything I can assist with, maybe?
Did you see two people come through in here? One looking like he went his face through a blender, and the other one with metal arms.
The person
I
with
seen
the
them?
face through the blender isn't me, for the record. Nash just has
Two?
his nose is just broken like 8 times.
And in that case, the one with the metal arms is also not me.
That's good to know.
Clarifications are always nice. Had I seen anybody?
At this point?
Those descriptions?
No, at this point, no. You've seen just about anybody you have already run into, and then some from your travels of meeting anyone in Vorak. So you have not met anyone of that description at the point. These are the first encounters that you've seen that actually aren't wearing the cloth either. So
Unfortunately, I've only ever seen clergy.
Man.
Could I maybe get like a name or something I can assist you with? Or
Nova and Edward.
Nova Edward?
He may have changed voices, or may do so continuously if you find him.
Yeah, it's a bit bizarre. So
Nerving, some would say.
bizarre.
I mean, he's not very. Anyway, not particularly. I mean, most people have already left this place, obviously, with the big boom.
Yeah.
at this point, you guys hear a loud creak coming from above in the ceiling, right next to the big area that's already missing.
Is it up?
Maybe we should move too.
Seconded, yes. You feel we should leave?
Yeah, probably.
I don't like it.
Rick, you seem to remember that Nova and Edward had a room not far from Boston and Ash. In fact, it was down the same hallway.
Their room was near your own room, if I do recall.
All right, let's go head that way, I guess.
Okay.
My accent is jumping back and forth. I apologize.
You're fine. At this point, do you wish to bring the new inventor along with you, or allow them to escape on their own?
You want to come with? Most of the eyes are better than what we got. Pretty sure the metal one's got a cracked lens.
For sure, yeah. If in any way I can assist a bit, I suppose.
Considering there has been already one injured and one found under debris, you might need the help. So you go on back into the large room, the chemist, and as soon as you reach the hallway and enter in, going towards Edward's and Nova's room, that piece that was looming above falls as well. And you hear this loud crash as well. More people from the outside scream in terror, afraid that there are people still stuck inside. There are people running around trying to check, make sure everyone is out of their dorm room. Some run past you, tell you to get out. Upon reaching Edward and Nova's room, you notice the door is not open, but it is also... oh wait, the door is not closed. But it is also not completely open, as if somebody had left.
Nash is not going to notice this and just shoulder through the door at full speed.
Okay.
It's so impulsive.
He's had a rough week.
I'm going in.
Yeah. Good job, buddy.
What is... Let's see here. Okay. Just based off of your constitution.
Yeah.
You're able to see what is the scene, but it is a little unnerving. You see Edward on the floor, his metal parts removed, a large electrical shock burn mark coming through his half of his abdomen, his metal abdomen, and behind him on the bed is Nova. A stab wound in the chest, her hands removed.
What? Everybody, stay where you are. Boston.
Yeah, what's
It's bad in here.
Yeah.
Everybody else stay in the hallway. We got.
Grab some bed sheets.
Can you do last rites or something? I don't.
Let's get him covered in some bed sheets and let's get him out of here.
We're taking him with. Okay, all right. Are there bed sheets to?
Yeah, there are bed sheets on the beds that they were sleeping in.
Gotcha. So, yeah, Nash is gonna take the fitted sheets and wrap them up.
Wears a lot lighter without his machine parts, or at least most of them. His legs are gone, his one arm is gone, and the torso was burned pretty crisply.
Is this still hot?
No.
I assume Nash is gonna carry both, probably.
Okay. You see Rick, Fenra, you see this half-orc carrying a woman, a younger woman, with,
He'll be wrapped in a bed sheet by the time they see him.
Yeah.
right, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
They're just two
that's-
bodies.
Bundles of cloth.
Right. So bundles of cloth, yes. One is rather shorter, smaller than the other one, but yes, they are.
But I can make the inference that this is probably.
There, one is, yep, one has, yep, some stains already starting to get onto the cloth. What do you guys do?
Let's rendezvous with the rest.
Hmm?
They didn't make it.
Oh, that is unfortunate. We should move on then.
Yeah, let's see what the father says and make sure no one else is hurt.
Okay.
I'll start trying to find a way out the way we came, trying to like make sure it's clear enough that way.
Yeah.
The half-orc
It's-
doesn't have any problem really making it through carrying bodies.
I can carry one of those, Nash, by the way.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's not hard because you just go down the same hallway and head out towards the front, which is still open. The crack behind you in the wall is still creeping up, and still getting somewhat larger. It seems to be a support of some sorts, even if partially, and it seems like the rest of the wall or tower is going to collapse. As you reach outside, you see in the square a couple of dozen, if not 100 people gathered. Many of them are from the temple, some are from surrounding buildings and areas that had heard the explosion off in the distance and came running to see what the cause was. Many of the men in cloth are blocking the way to try and keep anyone from going in to do anything foolish, and those that were inside have now gone outside with cloths of their own, and you already see another 4 bodies.
Nash, let's put them next to the other bodies for right now, and we're gonna go find my good buddy Marcel.
Wait, do you need me or can I stay watch?
Keep an eye out for anything that might look a little bizarre.
Sounds good. And Nash is gonna put them down gently.
Rick, you feel free to do what you want, but either stay with me or stay with Nash. Don't wander off. We don't need you getting nabbed.
Yes, I will stay here with Master Nash.
It's not hard to find Marcel. He is over on a concrete step off to the side. That's not that doesn't go straight into the cathedral. And Tobias is sitting on the step, holding his head, and they are talking. Marcel seems to be worried and very, very into what Tobias is saying.
Does Marcel have any injuries or anything to give him any indication that he might have been with Father Tobias, or did he just come up like anything?
Upon looking at him now, he seems to be roughed up, as if he was in the same room or same area as Tobias, but maybe 20 feet behind him. So he's got scratch marks, his clothes are dirty, but and maybe like, scrapes here and there, a little road rash maybe, but nothing as serious as Tobias.
Hey, so what happened?
Marcel gives you this look of, how dare you disturb, but does not say anything. Tobias looks up to you, says, I believe we have been robbed. And I fear it is the worst. There is something that I need to tell you, Boston, and up until this point, you did not have clearance, but considering the situation, I think it is pertinent that you at least understand what just happened.
But before we do that, my compatriots probably should be here for this as well, because I'm not the best at retelling things. And if something was robbed that the automaton brought with him, he probably should be here so that he's aware. Give me
You're
one
right.
second, Father. And gonna walk over to Rick, Fen, and Nash. The father wants to chat with us a little bit. Apparently something's up. And I think it might be a good idea to have you guys there.
Indeed. All right.
If you want, I can stay here and look over your friends. Watch over, rather. Sorry.
From what we saw, I first let the clergymen do their thing.
All
We
right.
should give them space.
Yeah.
Well, call me interested, at least.
Boston, by the way, you can offer a hand.
Fenrana Estrix.
Nash.
Can I call you Fen? Nash.
Ben is perfectly fine.
Nash, and that's
Oh, I am Rick. Rick Mad Hat.
Tap. Interesting moniker.
Thank you. I got to pick it myself.
he's a new man since yesterday.
One could say I was born yesterday.
Don't push it, Rick.
Understood.
No, sorry, grieving points to the two bodies.
Oh, certainly. Yes, that would make sense for you. I shall be a bit more quiet for 30 minutes.
Yeah, Boston can take out a carton of cigarettes and 30 minutes, that'll be fine. He starts to walk over to where Tobias and Marcel are.
Tobias nods. If you trust them, then I shall entrust you with this information as well. For the past decade, we have been undergoing discoveries, retrievals of arcane artifacts that were since long forgotten, or at least ignored. And we have been retrieving them to keep them out of the public hands and just for preservation. We have maintained the secrecy, as many, as you might know, are against arcane magic, or at least as to majority of the populace believe that it no longer exists. And those who do believe would wish to use it for their own accord. Unfortunately, it is difficult to see who is trustworthy and who is not. Because, as you saw today, some are extremely untrustworthy. There is, and we've tried to call our members to make sure that this doesn't happen. Marcel kind of interrupts him. He's like, you don't have to tell him. Tobias is like, raises his hand. No, hey, they must know all of it. There are a subset, former Lathander following, who've besieged all kinds of technology. They have cast it out, rejected it, decided upon themselves that those who are part machine are not whole and are not capable of redemption or renewing. And they sought to see that they wish to at least purify the people with machine parts and reclaim the arcane materials for themselves.
So, a bunch of extremists that don't believe that people have the right to augment themselves, whether it be for medical purposes or just because I wanna?
Tobias nods his head.
Fantastic. Oh, okay. Where are they located? I have a few choice words I want to talk to them about.
Tobias kind of smiles. Marcel kind of looks at you like, this isn't funny. We don't know where they are. We thought their plan had dispersed, but I told Tobias to quit accepting new members the way he does. And Tobias looks at Marcel and says, I cannot reject anyone based on a few assumptions.
Hey, Marcel. If it wasn't for me, Tobias would still be on the floor cold and probably closer to the brink. And, considering that you ain't physically capable or capable of really doing anything, watch your mouth.
Ironically, or uncustomarily, Marcel is actually quiet.
Good.
Tobias looks at you. We do not know. We have tried to talk reason into these people, but they are unreasonable. And I am... His eyes glaze over. I am sorry for your friends. I saw I saw. And he can't finish his sentences.
I understand, Father.
To kind of see if I can tap into like the top layer of what he's kind of thinking right now.
Mhm.
In fact, let me get my traits up. Oh, why is that pulled up? Go away. I don't like you. Mind link.
Okay.
Oh, no. Never mind. That's the one where I can talk to them. Where's the other one? I can't find it. It doesn't matter. It's,
Is like the detect thoughts spell, but it's for your character.
yeah, basically. I just can't figure out. Because I had seen it when I was making the character sheet, and now I can't find it, so I'm thinking something got changed around. So we're just gonna go with I can't do it, and it's fine.
Okay. That's fine. So at this point, Bias looks at you and says, "Will you still be here? I believe we should have arrangements set in a few days." And he's vaguely mentioning the funeral.
I hardly knew him, to be honest, Father, but we might want to contact their folks.
Understood.
And if it's all the same to you, I'm probably going to go looking for these, pardon my French, Father, chuckle fucks.
Nash's,
Okay.
sort of stone face of the last few minutes cracks into a grin at that, tusk showing through that smile.
I may, Father. You said these people, this cult, as it were, detest all tech, like it's somehow perverted magic or removed it.
Yes. They detest. Well, we know that they detest it on beings. We're not sure how deep their hatred for technology goes, but it is definitely that of anyone who has changed parts of themselves.
So, pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
That's a big list of enemies they formed.
One would say yes.
How long has the church known of these outcasts?
We've only caught wind of them in the last 3 to 4 years, when some of the items that we have retrieved came up as combated for.
I see. Thank you.
Do we know what was stolen?
I wouldn't know. I'd have to investigate the safe. But I can just assume, as of now, perhaps everything.
I don't suppose Ricky got any way of tracking something that was once a part of you.
I wish I had. I do not, though.
Okay.
You know who did, though?
Yeah. Looks to the sheets.
Are you going to investigate the bodies?
I could check to see if the GPS is still upon him.
Go for it, man.
Well, he got the GPS from your people, didn't he, Boston? They said they could track it. We don't need to go.
Bias perks up. Says no. I believe the tracker came from us. Edward actually was one of our field workers, and would go out and retrieve items of interest to bring back to the church and keep for safekeeping. And the ring that he had found was of interest. Was on our list.
So there's no need to disturb the dead.
Yeah. You got any more of those trackers nearby?
We will have to do repairs because it is from the office in the temple. There will be some time before we can figure out where they are or how far they've gone. But yes, if you are interested in retrieving them, that would be a place to start.
Yeah, but let's just have a look around real quick, see if we can find anything interesting. Fen, you're more than willing to come help if you'd like.
Investigation is one of my strong suits, actually, so...
Oh. Yeah, undercover cop or something?
Not so much. More of a, outside... Rather complicated, actually.
You a cowboy? Cowboy's the term for bounty hunter.
Yeah. No. More of a study of all cultures, honestly. Learning... Academics is a bit of a hobby of...
Gesundheit.
Yes, quite.
At this point, Rick, you hear a name, you hear a voice call out to you. Mad Hat! Mad Hat! And you see a halfling run up to you. Good old fencing buddy. Hang on, I gotta pull up the name. Dex shows up. Says, "How are you, buddy? How's it going?"
Oh, hello, Master Dex. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is awesome. I can't believe you're here. Why are you here?
Yeah, well, there has been quite a degree of excitement. Well, as you know, I left the family. And then the Lady Blair gave me a ring, which apparently was problematic. The family then sought after me. So I met these two gentlemen, and we did have some other traveling companions, but they are currently...
no longer with us.
Indeed. And so now we are here.
Wow, that's a lot. My gosh. My guy.
It has been an exciting 2 days.
2 days?
Yes.
What? Well, you know, I'm also in the excitement department, but also not in the excitement department. And behind him, you see, or her, sorry, walk up two unique individuals. Boston, you recognize, for whatever reason, this person that's speaking to Rick vaguely familiar. You're gonna have to do an intelligence check or a history check if you're gonna want to know.
Okay. I mean, I'm curious.
But the mannerisms, the speech.
8.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We are high rollers.
You are just so high, such high rollers. Well, behind this person who is been announced as Dex, up comes this tall gentleman, younger, but also has the same kind of square shoulders as Tobias. Has a single-breasted coat with series of buttons down the front, some not badges.
Buttons, ribbons
and medals, yes, and tassels on the shoulders, and slacks, boots, and the hat. Actually, it's a helmet. Is carrying in the underarm of this individual.
Is it a cop?
And yes. And then next to him, you recognize the uniform. It's definitely from Loyalists. And next to him is this this much older lady, short, little halfling, stout, covered in armor, looks like, with these little shiny silver dollar-sized covering plates all over it, and looks very much like the individual who's talking to Dex, but just a lot more wrinkles. Or talking to Rick. Sorry. And then if
similar uniform? A similar uniform?
No, she's not wearing the same uniform. And Dex is wearing jeans, tattered jeans, studded belts, a tank top that's kind of cut in the mid section, and an ankle bracelet.
The ankle bracelet or ankle monitor?
Potato.
Potato. But it is enchanted, so it is sparkly. And it's small. But it is something that Boston would recognize. Whether or not he's worn one, that's discretion.
That's none of your damn business.
Darkness. Yep, your granddaughter. Why am I thinking? Anyways, granddaughter has run up to these strange group of people, and it is so infuriating, especially since they're being watched, and my goodness.
Dear, why? Why do we need to run off and go drag attention to ourselves?
But come on. I know these people. See, Ma.
Fine. Allow me to help.
This is Mad Hat. He's my fencing buddy. We weren't a team, because obviously, but we were on the same team. He was good. It was real good. So much fun to watch him.
Oh, thank you. And everybody, I just realized, I'm so sorry. This is Dex, an old fencing partner of mine.
Hello.
Hi.
And the moment Dex graces their eyes upon Boston, kind of freezes. And looks down. And then looks down at the floor in front of the cop, and then looks down at the floor in front of you. And doesn't say anything.
I got something in my teeth. Nash, I got anything?
I mean, gums.
Thanks, buddy. Taps him on the shoulder.
Nash, have I mentioned I love them?
He's just built stupid.
So great.
This is awesome.
Hi, I'm Boston Jones. This is my buddy Nash, and this is Ren.
I cut in at this point. I'm like, I'm Renita Thornstep. I am this lad's mother. And how do you all know each other?
Grandma. You're my grandma.
Grandma!
Work acquaintances.
I
I
met
had
these
an
people
explosion
yesterday.
and decided to help.
Met him on a job from yesterday. Met them putting to Ren. Today, offered them a job. They're kind of sticking with me for the time being. We're gonna be investigating this whole situation.
Then
Reporting back to the
you've
temple.
met Tobias, so while you're not complete friends, you are aware of who this person is, as they were highly recommended by a Ren. Your
So it's kind of a casual. I know you. I know your face, but I don't.
he was one of
We're not
the first acolytes to greet you when you arrived, and was like, "How was your trip?" and all this other stuff. Got you your room, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And he looks to you and says, "This would be a terrible burden, and I don't know if a Redden would recommend you for this. If you wish to go back, we can make arrangements immediately."
As insightful and wise as they are, is not exactly going down the same path as I choose to go. Besides, this seems like one hell of a story to follow.
Understood. I will get in touch with him, and I will see what he recommends, or what he says. But I must take my leave. I must attend to the masses and give some words to the crowd, so maybe we can disperse this spectacle.
If you ever need anything, just give a call. I am always good for a show.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
slightly motion to my flyer that's kind of been hanging at my hip.
Mm-hmm. He gets up, kind of roughly, and Marcel is there helping. Boston, are you paying attention?
Yeah, I mean, he's just keeping an eye on everything, but not too much, because if friend stepped away to talk to somebody, he's not gonna be like, "What they saying? What's going on?" Like,
You are a
What
better
business?
person than Fen.
Okay,
what the cops
so you-
are doing?
he wouldn't be keeping an eye on Marcel then.
Yes and no, because he think if he's gonna keep an eye on Marcel, but if they're having a private conversation, unless Marcel hands Fen a knife or a gun,
Okay,
not
So if
really
you're
too
even-
worried about it.
with your passive perception, if you're even looking in that direction, you're seeing tears run down Marcel's face as he's looking at Tobias. And is helping him and walks him to the pedestal, completely ignoring you at this point.
Fine.
Dex is kind of in a almost like teen kind of way, kind of shuffles her feet towards Rick. So, yeah, this is my grandma. Good to see you. Probably should go.
It was lovely meeting you, Rimita, and it's good to see you, Dex.
It was
Likewise,
good.
meet you, Rick.
So, Rim, you've heard some of this conversation. And babysitting your grandkid is not the funnest thing. Especially when they've been on watch and lockdown. And the only reason they're out here is because of you. Is there anything you want to say to the group? Is there does anything pique your interest of maybe this kid should stay home and you shouldn't be on lockdown?
Kind of seems like you guys are in a lot of trouble. And there seems to be explosions and stuff that needs to be found out. And Dex can stay home and watch stuff if you guys need some assistance.
Dex looks at you. Jayma, you're gonna come with me to the thing.
No, I'm trying to do stuff. I'm bored.
But, Jayma,
I mean, the more help, the better. But, how old does Dex look?
halfling. So,
Okay, so
she looks like she's a teenager, probably acts like a teenager, but is probably in her 20s.
right. Listen, kid.
Definitely old enough to fight.
Yeah. And I can tell that this Dex's parole officer is the one that's walking around with Grandma and her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You see... Oh, wait. I don't know. Depends on what you see.
We see everything. Go ahead and tell us.
Yeah. We totally
all
see
the things.
everything.
This DM is just going to hand everything to you guys. Stop her.
Great, perfect, fantastic.
One more drop, please.
let me just roll this d20.
That one, right? Oh wow, I did it's weird. I got a 37 point fucking million.
I mean, we do have a rogue and a bard, so those numbers are potentially possible.
Yes. Yes.
Listen,
Jack of
kid.
all is fun.
Yeah, it's the power of anime bullshit. But
I've not used expertise yet.
You
listen,
have expertise on two things actually at level 3.
listen, kid.
Um,
He's gonna get on to the level of the kid. You don't want to, if he's here for you, you don't want to be a bigger pain in the dick than you already are. Let your grandma do her thing, and if she gets back, he's gonna look over to everyone. It's like, he's gonna check. Do I stink? What's the deal? Since the kid is probably stepping back and avoiding eye contact, right?
absolutely. Stepping back and avoiding eye contact completely. Just stepping back and just...
Allow me to. And Rick pats your chest, and your whole person cleans up, and you get a whiff of perfume.
In Boston.
I'm more of a vanilla than lavender guy, but thanks, I guess.
I'll pop it. I'll tap his head and change it to vanilla.
PG, thanks.
And I'm just gonna step between him and Dex, just like, you aren't messing with my grandkid.
I don't know him. I don't want to. I'm just saying that he should go listen to you and probably not cause any more trouble.
At the moment that you say, I don't know him, Dex kind of looks up and looks you in the eye and kind of happy, confused, and sad all at once.
It's not my kid. I know that much.
if you would like to re-roll
Sure.
for what did you do before history?
History.
What's this? This will do like an intelligence.
That's worse. 11.
No, actually, that's fine.
Okay.
The this one was a 10, so
It is your kid.
you no. You look at this kid, this halfling who is you know, as a human would be nearing their 30s, but as a halfling is basically 17. Has a tattoo coming up from beneath the shirt of the collar of the shirt on the neck. And as you can see, part of it is a tail of a reptilian. And I'm pretty sure you know the rest of the tattoo, and the name Viper shows up in your head. And you remember this person as an actual teen way back when for your reform. That was part of the gang.
Gonna roll a wisdom saving throw to see if Boston can withhold himself real quick. That's a total of 18. Yeah, he's just
Okay.
knuckles are gonna go white. Gonna relax it. So yeah, never.
This was your own gang.
Yeah, never
Okay.
seen him before. I don't know what the
Got
deal
it.
is.
Okay. So the kid, you understand the words or the
Mhm.
reaction, and they also try to play it off, as the sense of recognition does not show up on your face at all.
Mhm.
So they kind of at this point, it is an hour and a half into our session, roughly, at least when we started streaming. I think we're going to take a break, a stream break. I think we're going to come back in the next 15, and we will continue from here with our newly formed, hopefully, group of rascals, bandits, misfits, whatever. So thank you. Hang on tight. We will come back, hopefully, with an adventure.
We will return after these messages.
Good evening. We are back. We
Hello.
have gathered our players. The characters have gotten together and have met, and apparently we're going to go on an adventure. Post this traumatic event of the building being broken into, members being dismembered, and the rubble, all the dust settling. What would you like to do as a group? The crowd has dispersed. The spire is still standing, even though it, on the inside, it looks completely different from what it was before, or from the inside. From the inside, it looked like the building was about ready to fall and come apart. But on the outside, the spire looks nearly untouched. Perhaps the structure is self-supporting it. But it does seem like it's going to be a while for repairs to happen, and the members of the Congress will need to find a new location until repairs are made. The clan, the crew, the gang, cultists have made themselves known by infiltrating the chapel, stealing what was in the safe, and making out with their new belongings. This group of bandits, oh shit, where did I put that? Subset of the Lathanders. which I do think I did not name them, or at least announce their name, but Tobias would have mentioned the name as Creed of the Dawn.
That sounds like a really cool heavy metal band.
Right?
Agreed.
I would like to rename this whole thing Creed of the Dawn.
We're just gonna take their name. It's fine.
That's just gonna be the party name.
Second the notion.
Formal protest, they blew up my temple.
Formal protest, make it, take it. Take
What?
it.
Can we kill?
Yeah.
Can we at least?
Okay.
Let's kick their
Oh,
butts
did you
first,
agree?
and then we can take their name. It's
Yeah,
fine.
That's yeah, we'll do the whole you kill what you keep, or you keep what you kill.
Would kill.
So with what little information you've got, where do you head?
If we idle around the temple for a while, Fen is gonna try and start like gathering up, or not even gathering up, but just like try and like breaking the down mood with that just switched everything. Oh well.
Oh, we lost. Oh,
My
okay.
brain just
Visual.
like completely got distracted by the adjust. I'm sorry.
Same. No, we lost visual on Brett. That's fine.
Anyway, basically trying to get a little bit of merriment going in the corner to try and get some of these people through this, just like doing little bits off of their harp and
Okay.
such.
Some solemn, but not so uppity, like not quite
Yeah.
tavern music, but definitely
A bit
something
more
that
like
soothes
remembrance.
the heart.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Pre-funeral tunes. All right. At this point, Dex
Just a kind of-
is dragging their feet behind or beside the cop, who is starting to lead them away. The officer also looking at Boston with a knowing smile, gives a wink, turns heel, and walks off.
But either way, I did want to kind of like run an insight check on that entire interaction, like afterwards.
Right. Okay. Which
Boston's kind of reaction to the kid, and the kid looking kind of like going through the cycle of emotions of happy, sad, yeah,
Okay, so insight check on
more Boston and Dex's interaction.
okay. All right. We will do just player versus player.
Yep. I'm gonna roll deception because I have seen that child before. Pretty good.
Well, I think you can. Yeah, you can re-roll. I was gonna go off.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we could go off your last roll of 18, which is what you were doing to hide from the kid.
I mean, I rolled a dirty
Um,
20, or a baker's 20, or a slutty
that-
20, whatever you want to call it.
That works too.
And I look to Dex and be like, stop dragging your feet and get the fuck home.
Okay.
Like the fine, Grandma. You come back soon, right?
Maybe, if I want.
Will you tell me? Will you tell me?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, fine. They just start heading towards what will be the train station, because they're not allowed anywhere out without you. And considering this is the severing point between you, it's off to being grounded again.
It was nice seeing you again, Dex.
Oh,
Cute
you
kid.
too. Yeah. The Mad Hat. I miss you, buddy. Miss you. Totally.
By the time I get home, Dex, you better be able to kick my butt.
You got it, Jima. Their steps just start to pick up, and they're like, absolutely, totally. Fight with grit. Jima is like getting fresh baked cookies. A weird
The
family.
dynamic is rather interesting.
Any more insights?
Seem like a
Okay.
decent enough kid. What do they do to get, if you don't mind me prying, what they do to get that brace?
Darkness. You are only aware of the basic detail.
Is it just like I know that they got into a big old fight and something like that?
It's more of a an ongoing thing of something that happened a while ago. It's they're on parole and they're coming to the end of it, but it was necessary because their previous parole had been they ran off and got found, and they needed to stay put. So
I was the reason to keep them put.
you were the reason that allowed them to venture out.
Okay.
Because it was like you're with a responsible adults or guardian, therefore, and it can be listed under family trip. It can be listed under any kind of things, but by themselves they have to be at home and stay put. The officer is to also make sure that they don't try to slip out from underneath grandma's nose. So it's like, lots of things. But as far as kid's pretty good. Just got into a couple of scuffles a while back, and is doing better. They're on the mend.
Okay.
Well, good for them to get out of that lifestyle and take a new leap forward,
I'd be saying the same about you?
Yeah, you could say that.
Grandma knows.
All right, do we want to scope around for clues, or what we want to do?
Unless we have any other things to look after, I think we should.
I'm just along for the ride, so you guys take me where a fight's happening, I'll be there.
I think we're quite at the fighting part of our adventure. At least at this section.
Are there any security cams or anything like that around this place that we could try to get a hold of?
I'm sorry, a what?
Security cams are like on the different like street lot posts or
that would be inside the building. There are no street as you
Are there any
would be
down
aware of
towards the dorms?
Are there any what?
Cameras down towards the dorms.
Yeah, you have to go back inside to get them.
Does anyone know of any secret like passages in the area?
I
Yes.
probably do, don't I?
Your character was involved in the church, but not in the secret stuff.
Yeah, I
He
wasn't
didn't
cool
know
enough.
about the. He wasn't a part of any of the meetings. Marcel made sure of that because he wasn't ranked up enough, and
Yeah.
he wasn't aware of the secret stash, so probably not.
Of the public secret passages.
Like specific, like fire exits or like underwater catacombs.
Sewers and stuff.
Yeah. In case of an invasion, plus this lever next to this candle set, that sort of stuff.
No, because Vorak was built on what seemed to be a holy area. And when we say holy, we mean like it was mostly uninhabited when it was built. And during its construction, there were no wars. And it had been... This is probably the first quote-unquote disaster or blood spills in the land of Vorak. So
Let's just
no
go in.
secrets
You
or
punched a guy
whatnot.
here.
Hmm?
You punched a guy here.
Yeah. It wasn't the first time either. I broke his finger when I was living here regularly.
I had a finger replaced. He holds up a single blue finger.
Can I break a finger?
Oh, well.
You can
We'll
try.
see. Nash.
Look,
Nash still have a tail.
Nash does not, I think, have a tail any longer.
Baldric does have this moment of... I thought you said you were part kangaroo.
Wait, excuse me, what?
Not at the time.
Now is the time. I don't know what's going on.
We're gonna go into that church. We're gonna find the
Holy stable
cameras.
is the church after exploding.
You know, been around a place that's been bombed before.
No?
This will be fun. Let's go inside.
At this point, you notice there are several people going up to the doors, and they're shut. And there are actually a few officers out there trying to keep people out and making sure that there is a secure blockade, keeping anyone from going in to get anything. Tobias
You
has...
think that we might need some sort of cover to get through here?
I mean, I have a permit.
Are we honestly thinking about going back into the building that had recently exploded against police advice?
I got
Everything.
I got a permit. I can get us in probably.
It only partially exploded.
And
Lots of the
Don't let
buildings still
people
there.
live your life.
let's be honest.
Yeah, and also
Police advice has never gone well. Ever.
It's
For me,
not at all
so-
the case for me.
That
Lucky.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, push comes to shove, we can split up. Some of us go in there, and then a couple can look around and see if anything is recognizable from the outside. What's your IP? As Austin clicks a button so that way you can start pulling up his personal information, so we can type in your text number. What's your Discord? What's your Discord link?
Discord.
Yeah, basically.
What's your Discord?
give me a beeper.
Yeah, give me a beeper.
That's actually probably what Rick has. It's closer to a beeper than a...
Rick, where's your
series of
pager?
numbers that comes up.
Yes, yeah.
Into letters.
Small,
Like
like
paper.
unbacklit screens on his hand.
I don't know what Ben would even have.
It's your sim chip
Oh,
that we discussed before. Yeah,
Yeah,
your everything
it's
everything
kinda-
is on your sim Yeah. So if it's in your glove, it can pop up and show on your wrist or your hand, your arm, as a projection of text messages and emails.
Okay. So
Phone
then,
calls,
it's implanted within
FaceTimes.
their wrist, so
Mhm.
they just kind of.
Yep. Yeah, you just bend your wrist or you press and it's connected to your nervous system, so you can even just think it and it comes out. So, and it has all the information you need, so it will be you'll have instant connection to all the others. There isn't you'll have same thing.
Yeah. And Fen kind of like thinks about it for a second and connects with Boston with the mind link thing and just quickly says in his head, "This would be a lot easier, honestly."
Whoa.
Without saying any words. And you can respond back without saying anything also.
Okay, this isn't a drug trip. Okay, that's good to know. Are you talking?
Were you using this morning, or
Not that I'm aware of. Otherwise, this is a really bad trip.
Does he talk to himself normally?
well,
No, I have a bit of a fun little quirk, and I can slightly connect via neural outlays. I can talk in people's heads.
Sweetie, whatever you're doing, just don't do it to my head, please.
It wasn't pleasant. That's why maybe we should just stick to the sim chip.
I can do that with ATM.
Anybody who received a message from Fen will receive a pop-up notification on their sim. And like and it will say
Nash just like thinking at me.
it's okay.
Nash's finger to forehead, like scrunched eyes, leaning in.
I switch over to him. It doesn't work that way, but close enough.
Yeah, it's unsettling.
Nash, you will also get the pop-up of you have been telepathically contacted. Would you like to let this through?
So wait. Telepathy is like a collect call?
You can use your Google screener on it too.
Oh, it's not going to cost extra at the end of the month, right? Because we're doing a connect call, right? Like,
no.
When they ask for your name, you go, real quick, this is the message, we gotta go here, and bye.
True 90s. True 90s.
Oh, yeah. Nash will accept it.
Okay. Boston,
yeah.
you accept?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a once pop-up. It's kind of like a
Terms and conditions.
Once you let me in, you can't deny it from that point on. No.
kind
So
of.
there was no click, like, do not send this message to me again. It's just like, are you sure you wish to do this? Yes. And
Yes.
there's just free access to my brain. Fantastic.
Basically, yes.
There's no unsubscribe from the email newsletter.
No, you cannot escape me.
Google, no.
It's kind of like the install. Do you wish to allow this program to have access to your? And you say yes in order to install the thing. So you're like, yeah. So once you allow it, it's there. You could later block it. You'd have to search for the fiberware for that. But as of right now, she has access. They have access.
Hey, yeah.
They have access to
Access.
everything.
Oh boy.
We've lost the mainframe.
Which frame was the real one? Anyway, me and Nash, we can try to get through the front. I'll see if I can talk to the Kappas. If you three want to kind of figure out what's going on from outside, look for clues where the explosions may have rigged up, any vehicle tread marks, whatever. Also, this music is banging. I don't know if the audience can hear it, but it's just, it's very good.
Thank you. Sorry, I just. Anyways,
Where
Um,
was Dragon?
In that case, yeah, I'll I guess kind of wander my way over to where there's any gaping openings in this building and see if I can get a good look around. See if maybe I can tell what kind of explosion it was, whether or not it was like caused by a machinery or anything like that.
it's a very large building. It's like on the grandiose scale. So it's going to be 10-minute, 15, 20-minute walk just to go around it. Like we're talking mile in circumference. So it's going to be a while. But as you're looking around, it seems pretty solid. There's nothing really disturbed from the outside.
Rick is going to approach the front door, and as he gets closer, he's going to double tap his chest and prestidigitate and clean his whole look up, and also tint his suit to more closely match the uniforms of the police that he sees.
Okay.
And then one more tap, and in his hand will appear the holographic badge symbol that all the police seem to have. And as he approaches the door, pardon me, the chief sent me to inspect for clues.
Roll deception.
I like that face, because I have expertise on this one.
This very much feels to me like a hello, fellow teenagers.
25.
Holy
Oh.
mother of pearl.
Woo!
Where were these rolls earlier?
Damn.
Baldric is good at something, and it's the first time I get to do it.
It's not like Boston and Nash are right behind you also about to try to get in, but with their legitimate badges.
One has a legitimate badge, kind of. But not
The other one has
Yeah.
a sheriff deputy toy badge.
Oh, yeah.
that he picked up off the street.
It's a sticker. It's one of
I
those stickers that
essentially
they
walked
get.
up and
Now,
took a bath and turned my tuxedo navy blue and was like, I'm a cop.
I'm a cop, it's fine.
for the record, Nash has a junior park ranger badge.
Oh, fantastic.
Not even an Eagle Scout. The two cops in loyalist uniforms look at Rick and dead face say, "We honestly understand. Please don't take discourse with us, but we cannot let anyone in. It is a hazard. It is a danger to the public. Until we can get construction crews, we can't even let the chief in himself."
Well, that's why he sent for me. I can't be hurt. I don't have blood.
The two look at each other, nod, and they're like, "Okay." And they let you in.
For the record,
Um,
are you still dented from the rocks earlier?
He is. He is
Mostly.
still very dented.
Smart, this is just old battle damage.
Damage, that's the keyword.
That's a lot of damage. Where's the flex seal?
Shame.
It's fine, just duct tape it, it's good.
His eyes
Um,
sparking.
The two, however, will put their hands up and stop both Boston and Nash. And be like, "Sorry, guys.
You're kidding me. I've
No.
had to go to the bathroom worse places than this. You can't seriously.
No, sorry, but
While they're stopping them, can I try to sneak around, like behind their legs or something?
roll stealth."
You-
Oh gosh.
You can't nat one.
What was
I
it?
didn't get one. I got
Okay.
a 2.
Oh god, I would have preferred the one.
2 plus 5, so 7.
Oh no, they are very much aware. The one guy turns, puts his foot in front of you. His leg is blocking your halfling size, and it's a massive leg. Like the dude squats every day.
Oh,
Look up, I'm like, sir, I need to use the restroom. Would you deny an old
Sorry.
lady a restroom?
Sorry, ma'am. The facility is closed. You can, if it's that urgent, there are plenty of bushes. Otherwise, you can go to the tavern. It's just literally right next door. And when they say right next door, it's like the area in front of the door is massive, and then there's like even like a garden and a fountain in front of the steps going up to the door. So like we're talking at least 100 yards.
Gosh. So I look at him, I'm like, you're really gonna make an old lady walk all that way? Will you at least accompany me?
Not for urinate, no.
Just to make sure I don't fall on the steps.
Ma'am,
Boston is trying not to laugh. He's biting his lip hard. All right.
Nash is gonna step in front. Look, I know we're not who you think we are, and if you want the construction crew to never clean this place up, I mean, that's on your head, dude. I'll go home. You know, I get paid either way.
roll persuasion.
Abso-freaking-lutely. This is gonna go terribly. Persuasion. Yeah.
How negative is it? Oh, that just popped up in the corner of my D&D.
Nash gets pepper sprayed.
That's a 5, baby.
Yeah, no. No, sorry,
It's
bro.
nice. Come on.
It's,
Nash,
no.
What the
The dice hate us tonight.
So they look at you and they're like, bro, just turn
I'm gonna-
around.
I'm gonna try and press my luck.
Didn't we literally just let you out of jail a little while ago?
I'm gonna real quick turn my head back and be like, oh, they're newer model automatons as well. They should be clear to go.
Oh no!
God.
Why am I the one with the brain cell that appears?
Oh my god.
In the building for
Or deception. That's a 26.
Ah.
Yes, it is I, a fellow automaton.
Just
Recently been upgraded. I just need a little oil.
I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to do that at disadvantage
I'll do
because
that.
of how everyone else failed so
Boston's
bad.
got a cigarette in his mouth, and he's definitely got human teeth.
It goes from a 26 to a 12.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
It's
At
fine.
this point, the one on the left has raised his hand, and there's 5 more cops coming up the steps.
Carries off into the out of sight.
Yeah, it's fine, guys. It's fine.
Go try to find a hole I can slip into.
The other ways to
know
get
a
in.
damn thing about any of this, neither.
Nope.
After a few minutes, then you've completed your walk around and have met up with the group who have been absolutely rejected.
Casually, so I couldn't find any outside entrance points, so they most definitely made the explosion from within. Unfortunately, you're not likely going to be able to get access to the building due to structural worries, obviously. I mean, it's got to be completely secured so that way people going in don't get murdered. And I'm guessing at that point they're all just gonna look at me like, yeah, we know.
Stop it.
Okay.
Rick was able to make his way in.
Your automaton friend.
Yeah, he's in right now. I'm gonna ping him, and I give him a little ring, and how's it going in there?
It is very quiet. I expected that there would be some authorities within, but there are not.
Authorities
it's a cover
are
up.
kind of pushovers for when it comes to explosives.
I
It would seem.
feel like explosives push over most people.
I mean, it's basic standard procedure. Secure the scene, make sure nothing will fall, and murder those who are investigating. And
You keep
It's okay.
using the
I will
word.
not be murdered.
Yeah. You keep using the word murdered like there's.
it's a strange quirk of mine. Murdered, killed, accidentally off.
Guys, it's a setup.
Alright.
I'm not alive. It's okay.
You still have intelligence, though. That would still qualify you as alive. You are autonomous and therefore willing to think on your own. That is a life.
Well, I like you.
He'll be fine.
Okay.
If anybody is
Yeah.
looking out as they're being rejected from entering, they notice that a lot of the people have congregated into a few of the local areas. One might call them taverns. Mostly they're restaurants with food and, hors d'oeuvres, drinks. People have gotten together to talk, gossip. And of course, there's also several places that are housing others. And as you might hear people talk about where they can find room until the construction is finished.
Who's hungry?
I think our best course of... Sorry.
Use an ale.
I think our best course of action to find any more information on this would be to ask those who also were staying there. I mean,
Yeah.
someone must have seen something.
Rick, when you're out of there, get my coordinates and we'll rendezvous when you're out, right? We're gonna go pick up breakfast and get some information.
Yes. Let me know what you're eating, and I will cover the tab.
Now you definitely can.
Rick is now my favorite person.
Can you even spell person?
I mean,
You can
yeah,
smell plenty of people.
I can spell stuff. All right, just
I'm just pulling your chain, guy. Don't even worry about it.
come on, man.
So as you're
Hey.
making your way to the nearest location, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No harm, no foul.
Rick, you're doing an investigation.
Yeah, so specifically looking for cameras in the dorm area, see if I can recover any of those, and then looking for any bomb fragments.
Okay. In the dorm area, let's see. Let's do 2 rolls, one for each.
So that's 14 on the first one,
Okay.
and a 2 on the second one.
You still don't know what bomb fragments look like.
I've never seen a bomb.
Wires, those are a thing. Wait, you have wires. The dorms definitely have what are considered to be in outdated use, but it is arcana. These glowing orbs that are double used as cameras, observers, but also light up the hallways. It's
Is it
not
something that I can,
intrusive.
physically recover?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It is a globe. Kind of feels like glass, but weighs like plastic. They glow. A lot of them are attuned to being a warmth of a yellow, the reddish yellow hue. That would be orange. And they they do require some magical ability to get into them, but once they are alluded into, they can record quite a bit amount of time.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of the ones that are directly within sight of Edward and Nova's door.
Okay. They're kind of big. They're probably the size of like 2 would be the size of someone's head.
I'm gonna grab 2 of the ones that are within sight of Edward and Nova's door.
Okay. And then upon inspecting the bomb blast, it's the same, like char marks and yeah, just a lot of people trampled over a lot of stuff, a lot of debris falling, dust scattering everywhere. It looks horrible. Somebody should clean this up.
This is atrocious. Unfortunately, I don't
Roll
have
a
time to deal
wisdom
with this.
save.
Oh my goodness. I hope I don't have the time. 11.
Okay, against your better judgment, you definitely do not go and clean up the whole area with your presentation, as this was more likely your area of expertise in the household, and it's just such an urge to continue. But this is a disaster zone, and you really should be going.
I go to reach out, and then as I do that, one of the orbs shifts, and my arm's like, oh, I should take care of these first.
And
Alright.
now, oh no.
Boston, where did you guys settle to eat?
Right across the street. I'll send you my coordinates.
The GPS
I'm on my way.
coordinates lead you to a nice little diner. There are chairs that kind of like the tops of bar stools, but they hover and they move around. And then, of course, in the corner, they're like all stacked above each other. There's so many because they're half the size of a regular bar stool. And there are tables, and it is so full of people. It is crowded. Every booth that could fit 4 is now fitting 6. Every table that had 4 chairs is now some of them people are just standing. It's crowded. But your group has managed to find a booth that actually fits 6. Which, for conversation's sake, let's get a order. Who's sitting next to whom? Who got there first?
Definitely kind of just tagged on behind.
Nash is leading the pack.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
the biggest one. He'd get the path cleared.
I'm probably just like holding on to one of their shirts, like trying not to get swept away in the crowd.
Love it.
A landline, if you would.
So we'll have Nash in one seat. He's pretty big, but not so big a halfling can't just tag along onto the same bench. And then opposite him is Boston and Fen.
A fan question.
Answer, potentially.
You said you ain't a cowboy, and you like. Are you a reporter?
In a way, how much do you know about the communications between cities?
Not much. Just it can be a little finicky at times and complicated.
Did they
Communicated
text?
is one way.
Cities communicate? Since when?
Yeah.
They more of keep each other in check, and every so often they send others to check in on people. And it's
So you're
not
an
in any
ambassador.
official capacity. It's more of just making sure everyone is playing fair.
So you're an ambassador.
You're a snitch.
just gonna pipe in common lore for everyone. Every 2 years, an actual ambassador from a city-state does change locations, kind of as an inventory, like a yearly inventory slash corporate executive visiting a local store kind of situation where they go through and it's like, okay, this is fair, this seems a little questionable, making sure everything is up in order to their liking. So some city-states may not agree on the same policies, and therefore some of them may only maintain those policies while that ambassador is there, and then as soon as they leave, the things resume back to normal. Some may actually permanently change them because they respect their opinion and input. Boston, you would have been a little uncomfortable staying in the Lathander temple in Vorak because their ambassador for the last year before you left was a visitor from Loyalists. And would still be in control of Vorak currently. That is the current rotation, and that's about as much as your character or any person's civilian citizen would know.
Yeah, he's using the term ambassador loosely because he doesn't know enough about the politics or care enough about the politics to get the exact term.
I'm sticking with snitch.
Snitch, and more so, and quite honestly, the title is more of a means to an end for me.
Don't worry, he won't eat you, I think.
If I ask a question... Okay, anyway, I study lots of things, I like learning, and here I can learn about religion and how it connects to magic and technology. Other places I can study other things. Honestly, that's my real goal. It's more of a way for the different cities to get to know each other in a certain way. Yes?
I'm gonna just call you a journalist.
That is fine. It's an apt description. I do have to report back.
I take it that if we do anything unsettling, you ain't gonna rat us out or snitch, as my buddy says.
No.
Okay.
Unless, of course, it endangers others unjustly.
Counts as endangering.
People who mean harm to you may be hurt. People who mean harm to no one, however, less so.
That's an odd way to organize your beans. I'm gonna be honest.
Neutrality is best, honestly, when dealing with outside complications. Also, I'm looking for information. Information comes in many forms, whether it be savory or not. I have dealt with less than before, and honestly, less than is found everywhere. And more
as you're
common
talking,
than not.
Boston is rolling down his sleeves to hide all of his tattoos. He's just like, nope.
Point of fact, Fen does have tattoos themselves.
Not the kind that he has.
No, I don't doubt, but
Has everyone ordered at this point before Rick shows up, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Question for Nash. How many calories does he have in a meal?
Depends on the meal.
I'm thinking like if he's like
3 or
bodybuilder.
4 digits.
We stick normally to the 3 digits. Though some days we get up to the 4 for the bigger meals. You know.
You did
Breakfast-
carry 2 individuals out of a building and then carried one that was so heavy you kind of didn't quite get him out the building.
You also raged. So.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so I would say
Right.
something like 1,200.
So,
Oh,
Rick,
I thought
as
you were
you
gonna say like 8,000. I felt like he's huge, so I thought he's like a bodybuilder, so he just
No.
eat like about.
It's. I mean, you eat the good proteins and you make sure you fill up on veggies. There's lots of veggies in there, and there's a morning cup of tea in there, and but you're gonna use
This is
heavy
Nash
whipping
in
cream.
character. It's the one thing he knows is food and nutrition.
Rick, as you
He's just stirring his own little teacup.
as you show up and approach the crew, you notice that there is a mini buffet in front of Nash and Finn and Rim and everyone. It's just almost just everything. Pancakes, sausages, hash brown, steak, eggs, applesauce, omelets, the whole, even a little bit of a salad here or there, and quite a bit of a huge meal, and all the drinks. So like orange juice, apple juice, milk, coffee, tea, just everything, chai,
Ale.
ale.
Yeah, breakfast beer for sure.
Yep.
Looks quite delightful. I'm sure everything is to your liking.
Yeah, I used to come here all the time.
Right.
Food is good.
I did find these. Just a pair of massive orbs.
Would Fen notice what they are with?
Ben, yes, because they're not just used as, midnight oil lamps or security cams, but also useful record keeping.
And would Fen know whether or not they were still capturing?
Yes,
Are they?
yes. They're lit. They are active.
So maybe not the best thing to remove from the recently exploded building.
I assumed we might be able to recover some useful information. Also, I did
after
look
all.
to see. Oh, is that a problem?
Depends on how you acquired them.
Grab them. They let me in and out.
And with a touch and a little bit of a spell cast, you can turn them off.
They're gonna do that really quick to both of them. And the memory stored internally, correct?
As far as you know, yes. They can be recorded and transmitted externally, but it would take a little bit of an investigation on your part because it depends on what their use is. Sometimes it's, closed caption. Sometimes it needs to be transmitted to a different location if it's too dangerous for anyone to be around.
They're gonna do that real quick.
Okay, let me check your...
Yes, Ben, you seem a bit concerned of these.
If they are linked up to something else, then we have just all incriminated ourselves. All of
We
us.
smash them.
Smashing
Probably
them at
not.
this point would not do anything but make it worse.
Yeah, it's also church property. You don't want to break things with the
Also
church.
that.
Bad comma.
Go ahead.
Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 23. Investigation is my jam.
All right. Yes. You can tell they are definitely closed captions. These are definitely for church use. They do not project anywhere else. In fact, Boston,
Yes.
do a intelligence.
Oh boy. Oh, hey, that's not terrible. 14.
You would know that being a member of the Lathander Church, they since they deal with a lot of redemption and renewal and giving people new SIM cards, that it would be highly against their practice to take in criminals, give them a new lease on life, and have that information dispersed to authorities and anyone else. In fact, it's very much not a part of their practice.
Fen, right?
Yes, Fenrana.
Fen. Can no disrespect to you or anything like that, but I'm gonna need you to kindly hand those over to me. And I'm gonna kindly ask you to, if you saw anything inside them, not breathe a word to anyone.
Oh, I didn't review any footage. I honestly
good.
just looked at the connections.
Thank you. Nothing against you,
So-
it's just trade secrets, if you would.
I should also say, I did inspect for bomb fragments or residue or anything of that nature.
Any luck?
It turns out, I realized I'm not sure what a bomb looks like.
Did the blast look maybe arcane in nature or more organic? Less.
That would have been a good thing to check for.
Oh well.
I will
How
make
many?
a mental note for next time.
How much arcane explosives are there out there right now, though? I mean, you can buy the stuff to make basic plastic explosives for home. Under
Yes, but there was talk of a group who idolized the arcane and hated tech.
true, but
Also, a basic explosion is not actually that hard to make with magic.
I'm relatively new to the whole thing, so
Put it this way, I could make a very large boom and hurt a lot of people if I decided to clap my hands together angrily right now.
Anybody want to roll an insight check?
it's not that he
Yeah,
doesn't
sure.
believe
Let's
them.
go
It's
for it.
just why would they lie about it?
That sounds cocky. 12.
Well,
Yeah.
they aren't lying.
Nice.
Can I just say, Rick gives me slightly Bender vibes from Futurama, like a wholesome Bender.
Like
Like
an
he doesn't,
alternative bender? Yeah.
Yeah. like his
like Bender's
good
evil
cousin.
twin? Yeah.
The one that had the little goatee thing that was actually a good guy. And he's like, why'd you think I was? He was like, well, he had the little beard. He's like, screw you guys. Bender's the evil one.
Honestly, I
100%.
could make
Yeah.
someone fall on their ass laughing, hysterically, unable to move. They do. Magic is very complicated. Honestly, make an explosion out of nothing, not that hard, unfortunately.
Can you make a piece of food on the table explode like that apple?
I can do
I do
that.
Very impressive,
A
Nash.
simple,
Well done.
show and tell, shall we say?
As usual, Nash.
Everyone, everyone has pieces of apple and some applesauce just explode in their face.
Granny Smith.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
A simple show and tell, if you were. They first clean themselves up, getting the apple and stuff away, and then tap their chests, and suddenly they look like Nash.
Again.
You stop that right now.
I'm more of a Fuji guy, and yeah, don't do that. I mean, it's impressive, but I mean, there's nanotech that can do that exact same thing.
There is, however, mine can't be tracked. And they drop it.
Was quite impressive, Rick says as he's going around the table cleaning everybody up.
It doesn't take long because they're all within arm's reach. Also, Boston, you smell like cinnamon.
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean, I did put that on my pancakes, so I hope so a little bit, but okay. So I figured this was trained or something you're born with. I mean, should we look for like
Personally,
local academies
trained
around
for
here?
this? They're all magical academies, technically, though they are greatly ingrained in tech anymore as well, because honestly, the two are interchangeable at this point.
How old I am? Would I have encountered a lot of mages?
So yeah, let's do a brief history check on you.
Nat 20.
Whoa. Okay,
All travels in the world.
but you know what? With your
You
age,
play
it makes
bingo with
sense.
them.
How old is your character again?
210.
It's a little personal.
So your character was born nearly 10 years, no, 40 years after this peaceful rotation began. Your character is far more aware of the amount of arcane that was used growing up, getting the history lessons, getting, schooled on arcane stuff way back when, because it was only 40 years ago that it was being used. So it was still quite plentiful, quite, still around. Mages were kind of villainized because a lot of them had power and were in positions of power to continue the war. There are some arcane spells that require items, and those items were withheld to halt the war. As things got really scarce and famine became more of an issue. So yeah, this history lesson is far definitely a thing that your character understands, and throughout her, getting older, having a family, she would have encountered quite a bit of magical items and a few people who are able to spellcast. But being a halfling and growing up in Warfburg in the dwarf section, the arcane is very loose, less trained. Probably in the sorcerer area, less wizard mage department. Bards for sure, definitely would have learned how to use their stuff naturally. So she's well aware of the integration of how magic has been around and has sort of bonded with tech. Yeah, but the intricacies of how? Nope. You would need a high intelligence for that. So yeah, she's very well aware of that arcane magic is around, has been around, and is getting sporadic and scarce, but it's still valid and still happens.
Could I be able to sense it, tell the difference between nanotech and magic?
Did you take any spell casting? Nope. Yeah, she's like, yep, it's around. It's a thing. Can't tell me, if you tell me it's nanotech, I believe you. If you tell me it's a spell, I believe you because they look the same.
You didn't take that elective in high school?
High school, anyway.
High school, college, second high school.
How many years ago was that?
That your character would have gone probably. I don't know. When do halflings get out of school?
It depends on the history or world you live in. Some halflings don't even go to high school.
I'm just
Well,
I majored
imagining-
in.
I'm just imagining a like health class style film, nanotech and you.
100%.
However, nanotech specifically has only been around for gosh, what did we say, Rick? How long your character's family was the last 100 years?
Oh, you'd have to ask that after I rearranged. Yeah, it hasn't been super long. It's only been like 150 years.
Yeah, so much less longer than but technology has been around though. Technology itself has been around, but nanotech specifically has only been around for the last, we'll say 80 to 100 years, maybe more. So as far as Boston goes, it's been his whole life. And Nash, the two, it's just that's the way life is.
That is how the world works.
That is how the world works.
But, yes, there are those who are born with more innate sense for the arcane, but it's becoming less common. At least where I'm from. I learned.
Well, hopefully ain't one of those, people that have been prone to, attack others. And it seems like he ain't, so.
Get my visas expunged, or revoked rather quickly and any sort of freedom I have. So yeah, not exactly on the top of my list of things to do.
Well, enough of that being said, we should probably get out of here with these and get them to someone who probably knows how to work them better than I do.
So wait. Well, we're not supposed to watch what's on them, but we gotta watch what's on them. So
Yeah, I don't know how these work, is my problem.
wait, here, wait. You don't think any of these people maybe saw what happened and could?
We can chat. I'm just saying that if we want to get the exact information from this, we should go talk to Tobias again. Almost threw up, sorry. Marcel. We could definitely chat it up. It's just, I don't know how these things work, and we don't want any of the local feds figuring out about this because we're very accepting. And
Would Fen would know the meaning of the church and their deity, right?
Yes, roughly. Yes, the Lathander of renewal.
Arwen sent me to Tobias.
Yes, because Tobias was his connection in Vorak. Not necessarily that Lathander was your destination, just some place to get you to someone he trusted and a familiar face to get you established to go wherever you wanted to after that.
Nash, fueled by his grits and eggs and everything.
grits. Goodness, you are
Yummy,
Canzonian.
man.
And I have my grits.
It's pimento grits for the record. And it's delightful.
Oh, grits are fantastic. I'm not trying to deny that. Grits are great. I'm just going to make fun of you for having grits.
So with a little bit of grits on his face, Nash is going to go table to table, trying to find out what people know.
This can
And
only
is
end
going
well.
to follow.
Boston's going to watch.
And I ride on your shoulders while you do.
I'm not even going to interfere. I'm just kind of gonna watch in case.
Rick follows on, like reaching for your shoulder to clean you up.
So, Fed, from your perspective, what they're seeing is this giant half-orc getting up, this halfling crawling up onto their shoulders, and then a robot automaton kind of following with their hand on the back, just predecessor, cleaning him as the pieces of food that was in the beard is now starting to disappear.
A recipe for disaster, isn't it?
Oh, you have
Bob?
no idea. Boston pulls another cigarette and begins to smoke it.
Should we intervene or just let it happen?
At this point, I mean, whatever happens, happens, and I ain't gonna tell Nash no.
That does seem like a difficult task to.
He's not hurting anybody, and if he's off-putting, people tell him no, and then he goes away. Kind of the end of it.
Even with this crazy scene that is going down, there is a waitress that comes up to you, Boston says, "Please put that out."
Sad Boston noises as he puts a cigarette out.
Boston noises.
Half-orc walking around with a halfling on their shoulders and a robot magically cleaning them. It's not a scene to stop, but one cigarette.
Sir, no smoking.
Absolute chaos. One dude with a cigarette.
I had to.
The real monster, the smoker, not the person who's terrorizing these people, are just traumatized.
Let's make this kind of a quick scene. Nash, I need you to roll 4 d12s.
Oh yeah. 4 d12s? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, this can't go poorly.
Tell me the number before you get to the next one.
Re-roll them one by one.
Roll it before you, re-roll a 1, but roll 1, tell me the number, and then I'll let you know if you can roll the second one.
7.
Okay.
It's above 50%.
Continue.
All right. That's it. Literally, the button that tells me what it rolled is above the. Oh,
that's
a
6.
6. Okay.
Okay, roll a third one.
Everything is great.
Papa, can you hear me?
That's an 8.
Okay, roll the fourth one.
11. I don't know
Whoa.
if I
Okay.
should be excited or not, but I feel excited in this moment.
We're all arrested.
So you approach 4 separate tables, and you do not get kicked out of the restaurant for disturbing the peace.
Hello, good citizens. It is I, Nashville Finnegan Thomas.
It is I, Ramita Thornstap.
And
Rick Madhat. Service.
The information that you get is basically the same from table to table. A lot of them were in bed. They were not up and about and going around and doing stuff in the middle of the night. Why would they? And yeah, a lot of them were asleep. Some of them were early birds and are rising, but they were getting dressed as they heard the explosion. They hadn't even left their chambers, and it was just chaos from that. Yeah, basically the same information, and all of them are polite and do not seem disturbed at the fact that you're interrogating them at their breakfast.
Thank you for your time. Rick will buy you a round of coffee.
That's how it sounds to Nash. I don't know if it actually sounds like that.
I love it. The inner monologue does not match the outer. He just fumbles
They
through
walk
it.
away with however that actually came out of his mouth. Rick does reach over.
It might have. I'm
and
just
drops,
saying.
let me see. How many? He drops a kilobyte to each person.
Whoa. What the hell?
Oh
It's
god,
fine.
yeah.
It's just more
It's
money
fine.
than I have in the entire world. It's fine.
Yeah, I could have paid your bail, but no, I'm someone's servant.
Technically, a meal would be half a kilo, so he basically bought them both each, well, everyone, 2 meals at the location.
Doesn't matter.
But at the same time, being a member of the church, you don't really have to pay for anything either. So like, at least in this area. So Boston, you probably wouldn't know what the prices of anything is in this area anyways, but so I think at this point we're gonna wrap things up. It is 3 hours into the session. We're gonna do a little bit a wrap up with each character, and then if you would like to throw out your social, where people can find you and see you do other things, other tabletop stuff related or even unrelated stuff, go ahead and give your information for that. Right now, we're gonna have the crew reconvene at this restaurant with 2 orbs of surveillance in their possession and 2 new members to go off and find the cult's Creed of the Dawn and possibly any possessions that they might have acquired. So, we're going to start again. Rev, how does Rick feel about this whole situation that he's found himself in?
He actually is super excited. He's feeling as useful as he used to back at home. He's getting to be involved in things. He's getting to help people, and this is best day ever.
And it's only day 2.
Yeah.
And then for socials, you can find me exclusively on TikTok as Sanguine Rev.
And Cody, how is Nash dealing with all of this?
Nash is a bundle of messes. On his second day out of prison, Nash has had a terrorist plot, lost some friends, had a halfling climb on him that he doesn't know, which is probably illegal.
It's only not a
granny
consent thing. It's only a consent thing, it's not a.
It's been a weird second day already, and it's still the morning. Nash was overwhelmed when he went to bed, and he is just overwhelmed with feelings at the moment, and so not gonna deal with them.
But he's got a full belly.
He does have a full belly, and sort of purpose and a way to find a next meal. So that's those are pluses.
Right. A more comfy bed than he's had in the last 2 years, and a more food that he's seen in the last 2 days than he has in the last 12 months. So yeah, I'm sure. Brett, how is Boston feeling? What is he thinking? He seems to become the brain of this group, and that's kind of
an awful idea.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tony. I'm so sorry, Tony. Your socials.
Yeah, I mean, you can't find me anywhere. No, you can find me on the Tickety Talks at Tony Will Edit. I make stuff sometimes there, and sometimes it's about what you're gonna see.
Dun dun dun.
Brett.
Well, Boston. At the moment, he is very conflicted. He ran into someone he didn't think he'd ever see again. Turned out to be a friend of a friend. Recognized him, and they're on probation, which means they're out of that work, which is good. But at the same time, there are definitely going to be consequences for that interaction. He's kind of bummed his previous home was blown up. Upset that he lost a couple friends, and he's looking forward to removing a cult from the ruining the light that is Lathander. He's also just watching the chaos because he only met Nash really twice, and this is like day 3 of it. And this is just gonna be fun.
So he's known him what he's like in jail.
Yeah,
Spent some good time with him
sure.
there.
they were
And then
cellmates.
now
They
he
were
gets to know what
cellmates,
he's like
but-
outside of jail.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Oh, we'll go with Blood King.
Oh, and
Blood King. Oh, sorry. Yes, social. I forgot.
my socials, just Brett or the Cloaked DM everywhere. I do D&D stuff, and now I'm switching over to animations. Feel free to check them out there. I might be doing some stuff with this group if they're willing and allow me to do so.
Guinea pigs.
It'll be fun.
Let's
Animate
go.
me like your French girls, Brett.
My wife is Persian, so
I'm not gonna say animate me like your wife. I don't know what that entails.
fair enough.
I'll pay extra for it.
She's watching in the other room.
Nice.
We'll talk later, Rev. Don't worry.
I love it. Bloodlust, would you please let us know what Rem is thinking? Or Fenra, sorry.
So Fen is definitely more than a little intrigued by news of a cult that the church knew of, but never really shared about, as well as exactly what
Hey, how do I use that?
these people might be kind
Is
of
it plug and go?
delving into. And just kind of like wanting to follow that story.
Ask me if there's a half a cup of wine on the carpet.
In darkness, we can hear.
Sorry.
That's fine. Just one. Yeah. Continue, please.
You're good, you're good. And otherwise, just kind of curious how this can help them with their own goals.
Gotcha. And the socials?
You can find me just about everywhere: TikTok, Tumblr, even Twitter, even here on Twitch as Bloodless King. I am a VTuber over on there. So
It's pretty cool.
Yes. We got to see the VTuber earlier. I have never seen it. Is cool. Darkness, please let us know what does your characters think of all of this and the no longer babysitting that she has to do with her grandkid who is apparently a delinquent.
Well, Amita is an old lady that is just excited to get back out into the world. She hasn't really done much lately, so just super stoked right now and willing to try anything, I guess, and get into any sort of trouble she can.
Sweet. Thank you all for coming. I am Gear Sparks, the DM for this breaking character situation. As you've noticed, we have broken character a few times. We'll see if we can do better next time. We probably won't because we have way too much fun here, but you know, we can always try for it. You can find me on Twitch. I have my own channel, TikTok, Twitter. I don't go there very often, but you never know. I might change that. And a few others. Yeah, the thing. Main thing is, please join us back next Wednesday as we will find out what this group of who knows what misfits gets together and tries to see if they can't actually solve a problem.
Just one.
Thank you so much.
Finally.
Just one problem.
any of them.
One.
We will solve nothing.
We tried.
We
Will
are
cause
the
more
We
problems.
may cause more. Let's be honest.
We will.
The cult has no idea what's going to hit him.
Yeah,
Anyway.
semi-truck.
Have a good evening, and we'll see you all again. Bye.
Bye.